Hello there, and welcome to my Flash Mob post-Thanksgiving episode. Yeah, I know there's no Flash Mob right here, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. It's Brian again, giving you a shout out there in the crowd, facing all. Okay, let's get down to business. Okay, yeah, well, let me first things first. I just want to talk about what I mean by a flash crowd, just in case some of you have never heard that term. A flash crowd is basically it's a bunch of people, a crowd, if you will. Um, they show up on the scene all of a sudden for a particular occasion, for a presentation, that type of thing, some sort of impromptu performance, some on the spot. Well, they come and do their business, and we kind of expect that they and the audience or the crowd that they attract will, pretty much disperse after that. Well, let's think about that a second. Yeah, they come there and they handle their business and whatnot. But just think about yourself for a second. Have you gone someplace and, spent time there and thinking that you'd be welcome there for a duration and, you know, all of a sudden you're told you gotta go, you gotta get out of here, we're tired of you, whatever the case may be. Well, you'll probably comply with what's asked of you, but let's be honest. Did you really want to get pushed away and chased off? Well, did you? Hmm. That's some thought for a minute. Let that marinate. Okay. I'm talking about this on Thanksgiving weekend of all times. Well, because if you've been following the news lately, we've had basically this issue of the DACA kids or the Dreamers getting sent back to their countries of origin, along with their parents, family members, whoever. Some of these children were either brought here as small children, or even crazier, they were born here, and so which I always understood it made them Americans just like us. I'll talk more about that as well. This being Thanksgiving weekend. And by the way, what are you thankful for? Just a little food for thought. Okay, I take issue with the DACA thing being pushed back and us chasing the dreamers away. Here's the thing. I was reading in Deuteronomy chapter 10, by the way. God spoke to them one more time through Moses. They said they had yet to enter the promised land, but God was making sure they had all preparation full on and set in their hearts and minds and whatnot. Looks like a little flash mob coming up behind me. Well, I got to keep on talking because you all want me to hurry and get done with this, I know. Well, anyway, one of the things God reminded the Israelites is that they had been foreigners, strangers, aliens, that sort of thing in the land of Egypt. The Egyptians had let Jacob and his family come and stay there for a while. And pretty soon, they weren't exactly welcome in Egypt either, which led to their being enslaved and everything. Well, flash forward. Israel is about to go into their own promised land, which the people living there at the time might have thought of them as foreigners. This is what God said to the Israelites. Look, when that time comes, do not treat the outsiders living amongst you badly. Treat them well, love them, embrace them, treat them as your own. That's what he told them in so many words. You see, God is such a good God because he loves all of us, and every day he provides for us. So, while you're thinking of foreigners as a flash mob to be gotten rid of, I want you to consider this. Jesus, when he died on the cross, prepared for us to become that flash mob that, if we will believe him and take him on as Lord and Savior, we can appear with him in his kingdom one day, even if it seems like we arrived there all of a sudden. But check this out. He's not going to expect us to disperse and depart from his presence. He wants us to dwell with him forever. So I'll leave you with this a couple of questions. First one, how are you treating the so-called foreigners here in the United States who, wow, they've been here for that many years. They're actually your neighbors, aren't they? More importantly, have you received Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior? Do you want to become part of His flash mob? Who we really won't be a flash mob after all, because He says that in His Father's house are many mansions, and He's gone back to prepare them for us. And He will be back one day to receive us into those mansions. Are you ready? Are you ready to become part of the greatest flash mob ever? Well, if you are, show that love to others here on the earth, here in your community and in your neighborhoods. Give somebody a hug. Tell them you love them. Tell them you care about them, their struggle, their whatever they've got going on. Show them that you care. Be a beneficial part of your crowd and not somebody who wants to disperse the crowd. Until next time, ciao.